The views and opinions expressed by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show are solely based on the show's hosts, guests, and viewers, and we are solely responsible for all show content in its entirety and does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of our sponsors in any way. These broadcasts are presented and made public by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show in the hope that it will be entertaining and informative for our viewers and listening audience.
Happy Election Day and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers. Sponsored tonight by Southern Gem Photo Booth and Scarf. Not only do we bring fun to your event, we make it picture perfect. And by On My Way, the app that pays you not to use your phone. Avoid texting and driving. Use On My Way. Visit our Facebook page for the link to sign up. This is your show coming to you on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday and Saturday night. You control and run this show. We are just a rudder that steers this big old vessel. We bring it to you first for education, discussion, and debate of local news, politics, and sports, as well as the latest on the COVID-19 situation and breaking news around this great nation. We have you covered from Middleburg to Melrose to McIntosh, from Lake City to Lake Butler to Lake Como, from Waldo to Williston, from Lottie to Lulu, and all points in between, including Gainesville, Palaca, Ocala, and of course, right here in beautiful Stark, Florida. Now here's your On the Spot team, making it happen every single week. First, putting it all together behind the scenes, our executive producer, the man with the golden flow. He is Super Dave Holland. Say hello, David.
Oh, excellent, Dave. Thank you. Welcome, everybody.
And keeping the flow to the show is our director, hotter than Hades, Michael, the Dragon Slayer Heater. Say hello, Michael.
Hello, Michael.
Oh, there you go. Rounding out the team is Austin Storm Chaser Stevens and our great media partners, WEAG Eagle Country 106.3 FM, Chuck and Mary Kramer and Lynn Dulles, and, of course, the great staff at the Bradford County Telegraph. Up first is our historian, which will be here in a few minutes, and our governmental whiz. He is Byron, the freedom fighter, paper and plastic Bagwell. Say hello, Byron. Next, and our local voice on current events, he is Mitchell, Machine Gunter.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And I'm your host, David Rodgers, the voice of the Bradford High Tornadoes and
The Show Pony.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming to you live from the On the Spot studios right here along historic Call Street in beautiful downtown Stark, Florida. Only 661 miles from the birthplace of the American Constitutional Republic, Jamestown, Virginia. Yeah. How about that? And your great uncle, John Smith, was there.
That's right.
Is he? Well, maybe. So let's get started, as we always do, with our prayer, our pledge, and our patriotic wisdom. Let us bow our heads. Our righteous Heavenly Father, let us thanks again for a wonderful and glorious day you've given us, dear Lord. Thank you for Election Day, dear Lord. Thank you that it's here. Make everybody aware, dear Lord, and you touch them, that they vote as they see fit, dear Lord. Make sure that they take their vote and make sure that it counts. Make sure that everybody gets to the voting precincts, dear Lord, before they all close. Thank you for this great week you've given us, dear Lord. Thank you for the beautiful weather you've given us. Thank you for letting us live in the greatest country in the world today, the United States of America, the freest and most beautiful country, dear Lord, in the whole world. Thank you again for our armed forces as they're out doing what they need to do, Lord, to protect our rights and our freedoms and our liberties. Thank you, dear Lord. Keep a hedge of protection over them as they're out doing this, and make sure you bring them back to their families safely, dear Lord. Thank you for the food that we receive each and every day, that it goes into the nourishment of our bodies and our bodies to thy service. Again, thank you, dear Lord, for just letting us live. Thank you for letting us get up every day, dear Lord. Any spoken or unspoken prayer requests, dear Lord, you touch each and every one of those as you see fit, dear Lord. Thank you again. Please keep just keep touching our great nation. Keep touching this election night tonight, dear Lord, as everybody's out voting, and keep everybody safe and from harm's way, dear Lord, and let them come back safe to their families and to their homes. We ask for these things in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. And the congregation says,
Amen.
Amen. All right. We're going to stand for our pledge, and I'm going to ask Mr. Dave Holland if he would lead us tonight.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Amen.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to On the Spot with David Rodgers. I am your host, David Rodgers. In the very back, as we just said, is Super Dave Holland producing the show. To my right over here, just a little bit off the screen, is our director, Michael the Dragon Slayer Heater. To my right is Mitchell Gunner. We will have Byron Bagwell coming back after a couple of week hiatus. And again, welcome into the show. This is election night, ladies and gentlemen, 2020. We've got a lot to get into and a lot to talk about, and we'll get into that here in just a few minutes. I do have a quote, Michael. Always stand on principle, even if you stand alone. One of our great presidents said that. Early presidents said that. Can anybody tell me who that is? Always stand on principle, even if you stand alone.
Sounds like George Washington.
Little after George.
Thomas Jefferson.
Right in there.
Henry.
John Adams.
Hey, who?
John Adams.
Yeah,
Okay.
Michael. Michael Heater gets it. I'm going to put Michael. Yeah, it was John Adams. Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into On the Spot. Before we delve into today's latest, we want to recognize our great sponsors who have been supporting our great show. This is our sponsor spotlight. Fun Point Food and Arcade, Southern Gem Photography, Miracle Automotive and Recovery, and Dependable Waste Services.
Designed by Probes, On the Spot Lawn Maintenance, Suster and Saban Law Firm, and the Downtown Grill. Also, Harry Business to Start, Boogie Nights DJ Service, Williams Jewelry on Call Street, and Brittany Leanne Creations.
All right, and our newest sponsor, On My Way. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Get paid cash for every mile you and your friends drive without texting or using your phone. You get paid 5 cents cash for every mile you drive and don't text. Check this out on our On the Spot link on our Facebook page. On My Way, the app that saves lives. Got a gentleman right here. Michael, tell him how much money you got in your account since you've been using that app.
Since I've been using it like that, I pulled it up a little while ago and checked it. I'm up to $1,388.
What?
Yes, sir.
1,003? Are you serious?
I'm serious.
You don't ever use your phone while you're driving.
You never
No.
use your phone while you're driving.
But now it helped when you're on the road on vacation.
But that's okay. You didn't use your phone.
That's correct.
Hey, 1,003. So it does pay. We got a guy right here.
Mileage.
Yeah.
And now here is the 360, taking you around the region with news and weather in just 6 minutes. It's 360 degrees and 360 seconds. Tonight, brought to you by Fun Point Food and Arcade and Start. Check out the all-new menu on Facebook or www.funpointstart.com. Obviously, the big news of the night is the election, ladies and gentlemen. And we will get into the results as they come in. But first, Alachua County deputies are investigating a kidnapping turned shooting that happened Saturday. On Halloween morning, deputies received a call that a person had been shot in a secluded area of Micanopy, deputies say. They located a 54-year-old man who had been shot in the leg, Mitchell. The suspects were black men between the ages of 20 and 30 in a gray or tan four-door car sedan. Anyone with information on this case is asked to call 352-955-1818 or Crime Stoppers of Alachua County at 352 372-STOP. That number again is 352-372-STOP. And ladies and gentlemen, you can remain anonymous. Here's another one. A 5-year-old boy from Suwannee County has died after falling out of an SUV Sunday evening. An SUV was towing another SUV due to an unknown engine problem, and while traveling west on 180th Street, the boy fell out of the passenger seat of the vehicle being towed. He was rushed to Lake City Medical Center in critical condition, where he later died from his injuries. No one in either vehicle was wearing a seatbelt at the time, according to the Florida Highway Patrol. That's a sad story. Yesterday, Marion County deputies responded to a residence near Northeast 22nd Avenue and Northeast 35th Street to execute a search warrant and located a large number of firearms, along with a suspicious device. One male was taken into custody, and all threats were secured. Great job, Marion County deputies. Columbia County Sheriff's Office detectives are assisting the Riviera Beach Police Department with a homicide investigation of a Columbia County resident. The homicide is believed to have occurred in Riviera Beach after the 18-year-old female victim left the county with an unknown male. The Riviera Beach Police Department is leading the homicide investigation. Anyone with information regarding this case is asked to call the Riviera Beach Police Department at 1-561-845-4123 or the Columbia County Sheriff's Office Detective Division at 386-758-1095. Firefighters from Bradford County Fire Rescue, along with Gainesville Fire Rescue's hazmat team, responded to a chlorine leak at the Florida State Prison on Sunday morning. No one was injured and no evacuations were needed. Emergency management officials report a very small leak from a valve of the water supply system activated an alarm. The situation was quickly handled and repairs completed by state prison employees. Over the weekend, Putnam County Sheriff's Office Street Crimes, Canine, and Drug and Vice units conducted a warrant operation dubbed Bad Candy, aimed at prolific offenders. While searching for individuals with warrants, several suspects had additional charges filed for new criminal violations. Here now is your weather update, sponsored by Austin's Weather Service out of Keystone Heights. Find AWS on Facebook for the latest information. And now I'm going to bring in our director and our weather guru. Here he is, Michael, the Dragon Slayer Eater. Wave him in, Michael.
Hey, thanks, David. Cooler weather finally rolled into our area over the last couple of days, but it is the tropics that are once again front and center as Hurricane Eta strikes Central America. Models are becoming in more agreement that Eta will try to reorganize, moving off the Mexican coast towards Cuba, and could bring potential action to Florida as soon as this coming weekend. We could even see rains from the system developing over South Florida on Friday. But before that happens, a ridge of high pressure is building across the United States. That'll give us some dry and quiet weather throughout at least the midweek, with the only exception being the Northwest. A pair of cold fronts moving across the region will bring showers and some high elevation snow, especially those areas that have been dealing with some of the wildfires in the Pacific Northwest. Now, locally, we topped out in the upper 60s, around 70 degrees today under sunny skies. A little bit of a cool breeze. Temperatures turn chilly again this evening, making for a perfect evening walk as you go out this evening, even though the sun has set.
Right.
Yeah. We start out in the upper 50s tomorrow morning and warm into the mid-70s under mostly sunny skies. A little bit of a northeasterly breeze blowing at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Real quick on the wildfire front, some more good news. Again, as we talked about, an active weather pattern will be moving into the Pacific Northwest, bringing some rain and mountain snow. The northern Rockies will see a little bit as well, giving a respite to Washington State and portions of Oregon from the fires they've been experiencing. Only 15 new fires broke out across the nation today out west, and many of the large fires have been contained. The Southwest is looking at some relief in the form of rain, especially around Utah, Wyoming, and Nevada. Back to you, David.
Hey, that is great news. I tell you, they need some relief out there.
Oh,
Big
you better
time. I
believe it.
tell you what, man, that is excellent news. Thank you again, Michael. And once again, this weather report brought to you by Austin's Weather Service out of Keystone Heights. Find AWS on Facebook and get a local forecast sent right to you. And now, here's our newest segment that brings back a little history. Here's What's the Date? These are the headlines from the Bradford County Telegraph during the first week of November in what year? City renews property tax, ends long tax-free era, voters in favor of countywide no-fence law, and labor strike halts construction work on county schools and supermarket. Was it November of 1951, November of 1954, or November of 1957? Let me read those again. City renews property tax, ends long tax-free era. Voters in favor of countywide no-fence law, labor strike halts construction work on county schools and supermarket. Was it November of 1951, November of 1954, or November of 1957? Michael, give us a little bit of each one of those stories and those headlines.
Absolutely. So due to economic strain caused by Stark's rapid growth, extra revenue was needed to finance improvement programs around the city, and that meant ending the 4-year tax-free city status that the residents had come to enjoy. With over 22% voter turnout, Bradford County residents overwhelmingly approved a measure to require fencing of all cattle in the county. Don't let the name fool you. The no-fence rule was initiated by people who wanted to keep the free-range cattle going,
Right.
but the vast majority of people said absolutely not. This move, in fact, led to the introduction of a similar bill to go before the state legislature later on during this particular year. And finally, Stark's first recorded union labor strike caused a shutdown of construction projects, including Setzer's supermarket in the city, as well as the public schools. Workers picketed outside construction sites, including the high school and middle schools around the region. The strike had nothing really to do with the money as much as it had to do with the rights for workers to join unions.
Wow. All right. Was that November 1951, November 1954, or November of 1957? This is where, ladies and gentlemen, you get to play. We will write your name down if you get that right. I'm going to start with Dave. Dave, what do you have?
Well, this is obviously going to be a guess for me.
Okay.
I'm going to go with 1957. I was 1 year old then.
Okay, 1957. Mitchell?
I'm going with 1954.
Mitchell says 54. I'm going with 54. Michael?
Checking
Pass?
out my watch. I'm going to take a pass because for some reason I probably got the inside track on that.
Okay. Who do you have on the watch party?
I got a lot of folks on the watch party, but no guesses yet. But I do want to welcome in a few folks. Brad Smith has joined us, as has Sylvia Underhill. Joey Schufert has joined us. John Probst has joined us. Sergeant Sean Hullender from the Bradford County Sheriff's Office. Retired Gainesville firefighter Gary Law. Lisa Tomlinson, Tara McCree, Tom Bailey, and firefighter John Barker is on board as well. Hey, Slice and Dice.
Hey,
is on with us.
Slice.
One of the hardest working dispatchers in Bradford County, Marie Thornton, is on board with us. Good evening,
Hello, Marie.
And her predecessor, one of the hardest working former dispatchers and jail employees, Janelle Harris, is also on board.
Janelle Harris, welcome aboard.
We got Joe Clark from Sears.
Yeah, Joe Clark, yeah.
And Terry Anderson from the city of Stark is on board with us as well.
All right, Dave, who do you have?
Right now, I got probably the same ones he's got. Roy Jackson.
Yeah, Roy Jackson is on.
All right. Well, I've got Nathan
Tanya
Bartender.
Charles.
I've got Charles Anderson. I've got Sylvia Underhill. I've got Stephanie Loper. I've got Eddie Sigmund. I've got Dylan Rodgers.
Wow.
Hey, cousin of mine. Russell Smith. Dave Holland Jr. Monica Nicole Roden. Charles McKinney. Roy Jackson. Deanna Crawford. Chuck Smith. Nancy Espert. Samantha Cook. Hayden Smith. Will Smith. Sorry you couldn't be here tonight, brother. I understand it. We will reschedule that for you whenever you can make it. Sarah Luther, who I work with over at New Millennium. Joel Davis is on. Robin Kelly's on. Denise Hendrick is on. Randy Brooks is on. Gail Allen. Hello, Megan. Carlton Jones. Byron Bagwell is on. He should be here. Sharon Pettiprin. No matter what, God is in control and knows what's best in the long run. Lisa Duggar is on. Brenda Seeley's on. Yolanda Jones is on. Angela Stone Blakeman is on. Deborah John Goins is on. Angela says, respect our vote. Absolutely. I'm just glad that you went out and voted. That is what is the most important thing.
It's your civil duty to do so.
Yes, it is. Yolanda Jones, hello, ma'am. How are you? Hey, guys, I'm excited about the local election. So are we, and we're getting ready to get into that. Stephen Yeager's on. Angela's back on. Megan Cowett, I guess. Megan Hodges Cowett, C-A. Yeah, I guess that's what Cowett. Yeah. Yep. All right. Noah Gibson says, oh, wow, Mr. Michael, that's a lot of money. Charles McKinney Jr. says, I'm nervous about the local elections, as we all are. Dwight Allen, good evening, Patriot. Jane Holm is on. Eddie Boatwright's on. Dwight Allen, I hope $15 minimum wage doesn't pass or our state economy is going to go. Dude,
That's right.
we're going to talk about that. Absolutely. Jeff Goins is on. Liz Tillery Holland's on. Katrina Griffiths is on. Hello, Katrina. Mark Udy's on. Tanya Rayburn Martin. Thank you guys for always keeping us updated with the latest news. You guys are awesome.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa Tomlinson says, hello, guys. Rhonda Lynn Strickland. Byron Bagwell says he's here. Bill Anderton. Greetings from
Pensacola.
Gulf Breeze. Man.
Gulf
That's
Breeze.
it. Yep. Jeff going, greetings from Vidalia, Georgia.
There you go.
Hello. Dwight Allen says 54. All right, we'll give you that. McGee says 51. 51? Yeah, okay. There it is. 1951. McGee. Byron says 54. Let's see. Randy Brooks says 54. Bobby Stevens, how are you? Roy Jackson says 57. Tanya Martin says 57. Charles McKinney says 57. Will Smith says 57. Cindy Lane, yes, we are. We're going to get into all that. We are going to give the results of the election tonight. That is upcoming, I promise you. Becky Tomlinson's on. Dana Bell, how are you? You're on. Glad to see you, ma'am. Rhonda Lynn Strickland. Sharon K. White. Hi, y'all. Mississippi's here. How about that? Bonnie Stevens. Hey, there you go. Sharon White says Trump 2020. Are the results locally are in? I believe most of them are. Jeff Cook. Will Smith. All 14 precincts reporting. Yes, we're getting to that. Charles Anderson's on. Tara Holland Hildebrand. Bonnie Stevens says 54. Noah Gibson, I should not reveal what I voted, but I got a gold eagle sticker for my efforts. Hey, so did I. So did you. Did you? Deborah John Goins.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
I hear you. Denise Hendricks says. Denise Hendricks says 57. Yeah. There you go. Cassie Udy. Yeah, fellow Vidalian. Cassie must be from Vidalia. Eddie Lewis is on. And Bonnie Stevens says Byron Bagwell has arrived. And well, let's get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready to pull up the local. Mitchell, you're working on that. I just want to leave you one thing before we get to what's the date. And that is, I want y'all to answer this, or if you can, hey, is Pennsylvania a question mark?
Well, the thing is with Pennsylvania, they have so many.
Mitchell's going to get, let them answer first, Mitchell. Is Pennsylvania in question? And I'll just leave it at that. I know Mitchell wanted to get right into that.
And the question is Pennsylvania in question which way?
Well, and that's, and I will just leave it at that. I want to see what people say to that.
Well, I
Yeah.
have sources that I go to that a lot of people don't, and I listen to a lot.
Right.
The question is Pennsylvania in question which way?
Could it be in question Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in On the Spot with David Rodgers. Byron Bagwell is finally with us after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Say hello,
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
I am so happy to be back, especially on this night.
Yeah.
Just y'all
This is a
didn't
great
didn't say anything. When he's pulling that stuff up, right? It sounds like Joe Biden. While he's pulling that up, I wanted to let everybody know why I was on a 2-week hiatus.
Okay.
Really quick.
Do you want to tell them? Yeah, dude. Go right ahead.
Sure. I was exposed to the Kung flu. So I had to actually quarantine myself because I did not want to give that to any of these gentlemen. And my test came back negative, of course.
It did.
And I was really happy about that. And I'm really, really overjoyed at the fact that I can actually go do things now.
Yeah.
That is a miserable experience. Be careful out there, guys.
All right. Be careful. You heard it from him first right here. Mr. Brian Bagwell's telling you.
It is real.
And it is real.
It is
and I
real.
respect him for his decision of not wanting to be around us.
Good.
Hey, and that is a great thing there. Dave Holland's with us. Michael Heater's with us. Mitchell Gunner's with us. Let's get right to it. Mitchell, you got some results?
Sure.
Let's do it.
To go over, actually, Michael has them up as well. But for Bradford County,
Yeah, let's
guess
start
who
with Bradford.
won the presidency for Bradford County?
The
In
president.
voting.
Trump.
Yeah.
What's he
He
going to
won
say?
by 75.72%. Joe Byron,
Hey. You called him Joe Byron. Oh, my goodness.
sorry.
23.
Joe Biden and Harris,
Yeah,
got 23.15%.
and for God's sakes, don't get Kamala Bagwell confused in that either.
I hear you. Okay, we're going to go ahead.
So Donald Trump won the presidency in Bradford County.
That's correct.
All right, let's get down to it. They want to hear it.
Okay,
Mitchell.
go ahead with our representative in Congress.
Yep.
Will be Kat Kamick. She got 75.11%.
Now that's not for all the districts.
Bradford
for
County
just
only.
This is just Bradford
Just
County.
correct.
Michael,
That's
can we
good.
stop right here? And I would like for you to help me out. I'd like to get Clay's results and Union's results.
I'm on it.
And he's on it. I knew he was. Okay. Go ahead. This is Bradford only.
So she ended up winning that. State Senate will be Miss Jennifer Bradley. She won by 77.04%.
Okay.
Her opponent had 22.96%.
Okay.
We'll move on to State Representative District 19,
Yep.
and that would be Mr. Bobby Payne. He will hold on to that position
Yep.
with 74.83%.
And that was actually for here, correct?
Yes,
For Bradford.
that is for
This is
our district
once-
for Bradford.
Once again,
Yeah.
We have to look
Guys.
at those other
other
Clay
counties.
County.
Yes.
yes,
Which we're pulling up now.
in Putnam
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well for
Clay and Putnam.
his.
You have to look at Alachua
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, working on it.
Yeah.
what is the other one? There's one or two more for
Yeah, there
Cat.
is for a cat. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Clay, Alachua. Is it
Clay,
Put-
Electro, Bradford,
Putnam?
Yes,
And
it
yes,
is
it is Putnam. It
Clay
is Putnam.
and parts of Clay.
And parts of Clay.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Because
I knew
there is a dividing spot there.
Right.
I knew it was because I'm in one of those districts.
Right.
So,
Okay, getting to our local.
Yeah.
Clerk of Court
Yep.
will go to Denny Thompson.
Bobby Daggone.
He had
Congratulations, Denny.
50.42%. His opponents had 27.7 and 21.8. And that was Lisa Alvarez, Rogers, and Cynthia Berry.
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Thompson.
Congratulations.
Superintendent of Schools will go to Will Hartley. He won he had 53.64%. And Stacy Creighton, she had 46.36%. So a very, very close race. It came to a little over 1,000 votes to
A
separate.
little over 1,000 votes. Congratulations.
Supervisor elections is going to be Amanda Safang. She was at 78.48%, And Storm Hamilton was 21.52%.
Congratulations to Amanda Sifan as well.
All right.
Okay, Board of County Commissioners, District 1. We'll go to Carolyn Brown Spooner. She had 56.32%. Robbie Stokely ended up with 43.68%.
So Rob
So
Stokely.
you're looking a little over, probably like 170 something votes that
yeah.
was separated there.
So congratulations
Pretty
to
close.
who was that there?
Miss Spooner.
Carolyn Brown Spooner. Congratulations.
And we have not announced the superintendent of schools yet.
Yes, we have.
Who won? Who
Will
won?
Hartley.
Will Hartley.
Will Hartley won. Okay. Congratulations, Will.
Yeah.
Board of County Commissioners District 5 will be Miss Diane Andrews. She had 74.66%. Carolyn Mosley ended up with 25.34%.
All right. So congratulations there to Miss Andrews.
Yes, that's
Diane Andrews, congratulations on your win as well.
Now we get into the city of Hampton,
Yeah.
City Council.
For all you that live in Hampton, here we go.
That would be Frank Bryant.
Frank Bryant, congratulations on that.
With 37.28%. It was very close. Both of the other opponents was 33.33% and 29.39%.
And I believe that the second place vote gets in there too. You let 2 of the 3. So you're going to get 2 representatives out of there.
Right, you vote for 2. So,
Yeah, so-
the next person would be
Douglas E. Williams.
Williamson.
Douglas Williamson, congratulations, Doug, on that as well.
But look at that. 104 votes, 82 votes, and 93 votes.
That's really
That was
close.
pretty
That's pretty close.
Close race.
All right, I'm going to let you do all these Supreme Court justices. Or do you want me to go through them?
I'm not going to even
Don't
go
waste
there
it.
yet.
Skip all 3
Yeah,
of
I'm
those.
going to skip all those. So let's recap who our
Well, let's just say all of them look like they
Everyone's staying.
kept their
Retained.
they retained their
retained.
seats. Yeah, they retained their seats.
All right, let's
Okay.
go over our list again for the just
For the local,
For the local. Do the local.
We're going to do the local again, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. So for the
clerk of court
court,
will be Denny Thompson.
congratulations, Denny Thompson,
Congratulations.
clerk of the court.
Superintendent of schools will be Will Hartley.
Will Hartley, congratulations to you as well.
Supervisor of elections is going to be Amanda Safing.
Amanda Safin, congratulations to you as well.
Board of County Commissioners District 1 is going to be Miss Carolyn Brown Spooner.
Miss Carolyn Brown Spooner, congratulations on your win as well.
And County Commissioners District 5 is going to be Diane Andrews.
Diane Andrews, congratulations to you as well.
City of Hampton, again, it's going to be Frank Bryant and also Douglas Williamson.
Douglas, okay. Douglas, congratulations to you 2 guys over in the Hampton area. So that is your local races right here in Bradford County. You got to remember the Cat Kamek thing was just only in Bradford
That's
County.
correct.
That was the only numbers we reported.
Hers,
And Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, yes,
Jennifer Bradley,
Bradley's.
yes,
and Bobby Payne.
Bobby Payne.
and Bobby Payne.
And Alachua and Putnam and Clay have
Uh-huh.
not yet posted. We expect them to post any minute.
Okay, so Alachua, Clay, and Putnam has not posted yet,
And I'm going after Columbia now and
and Union.
and Union. And
Okay, and we're going after Columbia and Union now. So a lot of comments on here, Byron, as we expected. But say first hello to your lovely mother.
Hello, Mom.
Yeah, they.
Thank you for doing what you just did, by the way, too. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you got some great parents checking that out for you. You want to tell her again, like just a little brief?
Well,
Are you
I woke up
fast?
this morning with my heater not working, and I was great. I go outside and check the propane tank.
Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
It's empty.
Oh boy!
So Had to have them come fix the or fill up the propane tank. Well, I had them come fill up the propane tank in the effort to fill up the propane tank and get check everything to make sure everything was all right. They broke one of the shut-off valves.
Uh-oh.
So they've literally been at my house. It's about 4 o'clock today.
Oh, boy.
Trying to fix all that, and apparently they just got it fixed. And no, my house is not going to blow up.
And-
I want to go over the amendments real quick.
oh yeah, I forgot about the
Because
amendments.
they were
That's
very-
right.
They were very important as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that map's not right, but I'll
So, yeah, this is still.
Still early.
Amendment 1 is one with yes.
Man, again, Bradford County only.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's not the whole
Amendment
state.
2 for Bradford County
Yep,
was no.
good. So yes, no.
Amendment 3, woo-wee, boy, it was yes by 50.43% over 49.
Wow.
Refresh my memory. Amendment 3.
3 was the debacle that's going to happen with $15 an hour minimum wage.
That's right.
He says that passed.
No.
In
Bradford County.
In Bradford County.
Bradford County, it did not pass.
It did not pass.
It did not pass.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
it didn't pass.
no.
Right.
Number 3 is all voters vote in primary elections for
Oh, good.
state legislature, governor, and
That's what I
cabinet.
thought.
Which one was
Yeah.
the $15?
Actually,
Two.
I'm wrong.
Amendment 2 was the minimum wage
they
increase.
passed that one?
Yes, they did for Bradford. Wait, no.
No,
No,
not
no,
in Bradford. Not in Bradford.
No one. 3 is yes.
Okay,
1
that's
with
good.
yes.
That's good
Yeah.
because that doesn't need to be passed because it's none of my business who Democrats vote for in a primary, and it's none of their business who we vote for in our primary.
That's true. All right.
Amendment 4
Uh-huh.
has one at no. 51%.
That's voter approval of the constitutional amendments, and we went
Right.
over that, Byron.
It's
We
got to
said-
be done twice.
Yeah, and we said no to that.
I said yes.
You
to
did?
that. Yes, I did. I want
That's
more.
true.
I want more to check on.
The no's
Okay.
one on that. Now, Amendment 5
Should have been a yes. I hope.
is yes.
Yeah. Okay.
71.35% over 28.65%.
That's the limitations on the homestead property tax assessments, increased portability period to transfer accrued benefits. So yes, definitely on that.
And Amendment 6 is a yes.
Yeah, that's the ad valorem tax discount for spouses of certain
That's
deceased
correct.
veterans who have
Should
permanent
be.
combat-related disabilities. It should include more than that.
And it was a landslide.
Yeah.
For Bradford County, it was
I figured that.
89.62% over 10.38.
David, I haven't had absolutely no problem with that amendment.
Me neither.
I thought it should have done a little bit more than that. But
Right.
at the same time,
Same time, hey, this is a start.
This
So,
is a start with
It's a start with it. So there you go. That's your read down on your amendments right there. And we are working as hard as we can to pull up all everything else. So again, I want to welcome everybody in. I'm your host, Mr. Friday Night David Rodgers, right along Mr. Byron Bagwell from a hiatus. We have Mr. Dave Allen. We have Mr. Michael Heater. We have Mr. Mitchell Gunner, who just gave you those results. And I'll tell you what, glad to be here on election night, Tuesday night. Where else would you rather be there? So again, we're trying to bring you the information as much as we can. I want to apologize for my voice. I think I've been trying to lose it for the last 2 weeks. Sounded pretty horrible a while ago, didn't I? Cleared it up a little bit, yeah. So
I didn't know
if
he
it's
was
a little
doing it.
raspy, I'm sorry about that. But just to go over again, State Representative District 19, just in Bradford County only. Congratulations to Bobby Payne. We got Denny Thompson as the new clerk of the court and comptroller with 50% of the vote. Lisa Alvarez was second, and Cynthia Davis-Berry with third. Nice vote getting for all of them, by the way. Superintendent of Schools, really close race right here. And Will Hartley won that race right about a little less than 1,000 votes. Yeah, so really close race. Will got 53%. Stacy got 46%. 46%, excuse me. Congratulations to Will. Supervisor of Elections, Amanda Seifang, won that with 78% of the votes. Board of County Commissioners, District 1. Congratulations to Carolyn Brown Spooner for grabbing that seat. That's Board of County Commissioners, District 1, if you live there. Board of County Commissioners, District 5. That goes to Diane Andrews. Congratulations there to you as well. And anybody that lives in the city of Hampton, you had this on your ballot. You could vote for 2 of them for city council. And congratulations to Frank Bryant and Douglas E. Williamson for pulling that race out as well. Did you see how close that is, Byron?
Oh yeah, that was
Really close. From first to third, 22 votes. Are you kidding me? Wow, what a close race. Supreme Court Justice, I won't even get into. It looks like everybody's retained right there. Amendment 1 was a big yes in Bradford County. Amendment 2 was the minimum wage hike to $15 an hour. That lost. It was a no, 63%. Amendment 3 was really close, and that was a yes by 50%. Just golly, that's not even 100 votes.
Which one was that?
109 votes.
109 votes.
And that
was.
I can't
You
read
can't read
Spanish.
Spanish. Yeah, you better turn that over.
And that was the primary elections.
Yes, correct.
In
Yeah.
other words,
No comprende español, señor?
See,
Donata.
then now that yeah.
Gesundheit.
There you go. Amendment 4 was a no. Really close on that one as well. Amendment 5 was a yes. Pretty nice landslide there. And Amendment 6 was definitely a landslide. 89% of you Bradford County residents voted yes on that. So that will get you caught up with our local elections right here. We're going to talk a lot about some of the national stuff coming up and what we think may or may not happen. I know Byron's been researching this and really trying to get some information on this. So, again, I want to welcome everybody in. But before we do that, can we the answer to the question?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's do that. Yeah, a lot of people answered in there, so I got everybody here with their answers. And we got to put everybody else in the hat.
Yep, and we'll do that.
For November's.
Yep.
We'll do that here in just a little bit. So anyway, we're bringing that up. Again, congratulations to all the winners here in our local races. Byron, while he's bringing that up, get your thought on something.
Sure.
We talked a little bit about this.
Sure.
Presidential race going on.
Mhm.
President Trump with Mike Pence.
Right.
Vice President Joe Biden with Kamala Harris. With what you're seeing in some of this early voting and early results,
Right.
because we're not going to get everybody and everything
Right.
shoot before we probably ever go to bed, because California's still out there. You still got a lot of stuff out there. What do you see, if anything, that, I'll turn it over a little bit, President Trump has to do to win?
What do you mean?
In other words, the electoral college, for the electoral college, the red states that, do you see any of those swaying
No,
to the Democrats? Why?
because of the voter turnout and the breakdown of Republican voters and Democrat voters that I've seen, both in the mail-in voting
Uh-huh.
and the early voting and everything else.
Right.
The turnout for basically for the Republicans may be historic.
Okay.
And I get this information basically from different areas, from different people who represent
Right.
the Republican Party is where I get this information from. What I'm seeing, they're saying they've never seen numbers like this ever.
Okay.
And it's not just Florida.
Right.
It's not just Georgia. It's almost everywhere. It's pretty unbelievable. Now, I will say this. This night is nowhere near over.
No, absolutely not, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to forewarn everybody about this. If you are listening to the talking heads on any of the
News
the
outlets.
ABC outlets, Alphabet's not ABC, the Alphabet TVs, Fox, anywhere like that, take a deep breath and sit back, because there are going to be a lot of swings in this. You have to understand, this is coming in piecemeal, and it's going to continue to come in piecemeal.
Yeah.
The person you don't think you want to win this election is not winning. Give it some time. And that goes for Republicans and Democrats, because this could go anyway. The information that I am personally getting is part of the reason why I actually have a smile on my face right now.
Right.
Florida, we're one of those crazy states that we have 2 different time zones inside of our state.
Yeah.
So what you're going to see is this go backward and forth and backward and forth. Just remember that the majority of the panhandle, if you're a Republican, the majority of times is going to vote Republican. So if he's down, if Donald Trump is down, when all of those votes come in an hour later than what our votes came in, what you're going to see is you're going to start seeing a swing back the other way.
Okay. Right.
Some breaking news coming in
Okay.
the race. The elections officials at the federal level are reporting now that Joe Biden has taken Vermont and Virginia. Trump has been declared the winner in Kentucky and West Virginia. And as of 3 minutes ago, there are Biden has 16 the electoral college to Trump's 13. Again, we're very early.
Very early. This is very early in what Byron just said.
But we are looking so far that Vermont and Virginia have gone blue. Kentucky, West Virginia have gone red. Those are the first 4 states that are releasing their preliminary numbers. Remember that a candidate needs to gain 270 electoral votes to win the White House.
Yes.
Right now, it's almost tied in Georgia.
It is virtually tied. It's a virtual tie in many of the states around here as the counts continue.
That's a battleground state that me personally that Trump needs to have.
Kentucky is at 32%, reporting in, Trump at 64.7%.
Yeah.
So he's pretty high there.
Like he said, those
North
numbers.
Carolina 1% in, Trump at 68%.
So he looks like he's going to take another one of those battle states.
Ohio, Biden 64% with 10%.
You know,
already in.
I wanted to talk about.
Let me explain about Ohio. Ohio was an odd state.
Yes, it was.
You will start getting poll results from places in Ohio, and one candidate will be sky high. And the next thing you'll know, there'll be counties start reporting, and it will just swing back and forth.
He just won back the other way in Virginia with 13% in.
Okay. Well, like I said, it's going to go back and forth all night long.
Go back and forth. Yeah.
Guys, just hold on to your hats with this, because
Yeah.
this is not going to be settled right now.
No.
Don't get depressed if your candidate's not winning, because it is very possible that it could swing
And
back.
the thing is, when you look at these different states and you look at the big cities usually do vote
Democrat.
the outer rounds, the smaller cities and counties on the outside,
Yes.
they usually vote
Vote
Republican,
Republican.
so they cancel each other's votes out as they come in.
I want to ask you and Byron something, and Michael as well, if he wants to chime in here. All right, we said what Trump needed to do. What does Biden need to do to get these 270 electoral votes? Does he, let me ask you, Byron, does he need to take Florida? Does he need to take Georgia? Does he need to take North Carolina? Does he need to take 5 or 6 or 7 of those battleground states?
He needs to take Michigan.
He needs to take Michigan.
Okay,
If he took Florida,
right,
that would be a great leap forward, and it would make it really hard for Donald Trump to win.
right,
I don't see that happen
right,
because of the numbers that I've been
right,
told of that are reporting
right.
in the vote.
I'm just asking
No.
what case scenario needs to swing.
That's
If Biden is your candidate, what needs to happen?
Florida.
Definitely, right?
Texas is a pipe dream. If you've listened to your pundits saying that Texas is going to actually go blue,
Right,
that is not going to happen.
No.
right,
Texas is not going blue. If Joe Biden wins Florida,
right.
the Republicans are going to have a hard time winning this. Joe
So
Biden,
you're saying the key battleground, it will be Florida.
It always is.
Okay.
Because there are certain states that are going to vote red, and there are certain states that are going to vote blue.
Well,
Right,
you can
because
always
I
count
asked-
on Vermont. It's always going to go blue. Massachusetts
You're gonna
is going to go blue.
now there are certain
Pennsylvania.
districts that
They do go red,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
there's not enough.
I
To,
believe it may be Massachusetts. They have a law that splits their electoral college votes. So there are certain sectors of that state that will actually vote red, and it's very possible that Donald Trump could get two of the four.
That's what. Right. I was going to ask you about that.
He could actually do it. I think it's the only state in the union that does that.
That is
so
correct.
It's very possible that the returns come back, and that's a split state.
Right.
It's happened. That's happened before.
Right.
But there are some key states for both people to win.
Right.
Florida is huge. I mean,
For both candidates, right,
it's
Byron?
huge for both candidates.
Okay.
Whichever presidential candidate you want,
Right.
You want to watch Florida. Georgia is big too. I don't think Georgia is as big as Florida is.
Right.
That state will do the flip flop back and forth too. You'll get the results in from Atlanta, and you'll see that all of a sudden Joe Biden's numbers will skyrocket, and you'll see Trump's go down.
Right.
And then you'll start getting results from the surrounding counties, and all of a sudden it will
The numbers start
start equaling out again. So you just take all of this with a grain of salt and just hold your hats.
Right.
The stuff that I've seen leads me to believe that Donald Trump's going to be reelected.
Gotcha.
That does not necessarily mean that that's going to happen, because what they're doing is they're basing the Republican votes on the fact that they actually voted for Donald Trump. And there are going to be some Republicans that don't vote for him because they don't like his demeanor.
Right.
There will be some Republicans that won't vote for him,
Right.
which is unbelievable to me, because that means they base something.
Somebody told me to ask you the question, and you guys, Alaska, Hawaii, does it really matter? And let me, I know, I knew you was going to do that, because you got to remember, these guys, Hawaii is 6 hours back, right? They haven't even voted yet, right?
Well, they're in the process.
Get ready, right?
It will be.
It won't be until tomorrow, yeah, or more, right?
Hawaii has two
Right.
electoral college votes, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay.
And Alaska,
That depends. That depends on how close it is at the end of it. That nation
Right.
too, because of the
right?
population.
Right.
They could, or they couldn't.
Right.
I just that.
I mean, do you think in the overall scheme of things, those two states matter? Unless it's that tight, right, Byron?
unless it's that tight, yes and no.
Okay.
And all of them matter. All of
Hawaii
your
is 4.
Four. Okay. Well, there you
all
go.
all of your all these electoral
Alaska's
college
So
votes
there's 7 electoral
matter.
votes out there.
because they represent the people of each state.
Absolutely. Don't.
They
Yes.
they mean something. It
Yeah.
just it's the nature of elections. You're going to have a winner and you're going to have a loser,
Right.
and that's our system. You're not going to have split elections,
Right.
You just don't. That
No,
doesn't-
no. It just. Yeah. You're right.
So it does, but unless it's extremely close in the
Right.
long run, big scheme of things, it
Right.
doesn't mean as much.
Okay.
That's like a Democrat going to the state of Oklahoma and trying to switch Oklahoma from red to blue.
Right.
If you follow what Oklahoma's done for years and years and years and years, they're not voting for Democrats. They
Right.
haven't for years.
Right. And in other words, why change now or why swing?
Well, they're not going to, because they understand what the Democrat energy policy is.
Right.
And there are so many people that live in Oklahoma that depend on the oil and the natural gas
Yes.
industries that they're just not going to vote for anybody that's going to monkey with that.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
like-
if you've got a piece of property that you've had in it for generations, and you have 2 oil wells, and most people have cattle farms that live out there that have big pieces of property. If you've got a piece of property that's got 2 oil wells on it and 6 natural gas wells on it,
Right.
are you going to vote for anybody that's talking about getting rid of oil?
Well, no, and that's
I mean,
right.
you're just not going to. So what ends up happening is those people supply the jobs to the rest of the people in the community, and so do the oil and the gas industry. And there is some wind turbines out there, but they might as well know that runs on diesel. Nobody talks about the fact that these big wind turbines that people say create energy, it revolves around gas. Still revolves around gas.
Yeah.
So when you start thinking about, hey, they're going to mess with my livelihood, you're not going to vote for somebody like that. That's why that state does that.
And then here we go again, and this is great right here. I'm glad we're having this discussion right here because those states tend to be red. There's no way it's going to swing.
No, you're not.
There's no way that the Democratic Party is going to sway that state.
And the only reason Texas would ever be close is because of Austin and Houston.
Because of the larger metropolises.
And maybe Dallas. Sometimes Dallas is hard. Dallas is one of those places it's really hard to tell what Dallas is going to do most
Right. Okay.
Most of the time.
Okay. All right. So let's get to our question here. City renews property tax ends long tax-free era. Voters in favor of countywide no-fence law. Labor strike halts construction work on county schools and supermarket. Was that November of 51? November of 1954 or November of 1957. Michael Heater, give it to us, baby boy.
All right, so it's pretty straightforward that with the economic boom that the city saw and everything that happened, these were the big headlines in the first week of November of 1954.
Get it up, brothers. What'd you say, Dave?
7.
That's it. Look at that. All right. Well, we've got all you guys down. We'll be putting you guys in the drawing for December. So if you said that, that is awesome. Want to get to some comments here. Huh? Oh, no, I had to scratch it out. But Shirley's in twice for this month. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in twice, so she's got a great chance of winning that gift certificate. Deborah John Goins, I did not know that. We just moved here. Pennsylvania was the home of Hershey's. Yes, and good Hershey's at that. Let's see. Let's get down to business about who won. A lot of people saying about, congratulations to the candidates that did win. Let's see. Dwight's he says, I've seen multiple reports of voting machines not working. Sounds like voter fraud at work.
Georgia. It happened
earlier today.
Yeah,
mysteriously, all the red districts in Georgia, the voting machine stopped working earlier today.
Yeah, surprisingly, in New York City, law enforcement has confirmed that some Democrats were given 2 ballots, that a person that was collecting the ballots from voters stated they would put them in the machine for them, and that the machines were not working. And that they would collect all the ballots, and they'd put them into the machines after they began working later on.
Boys, I'm telling you right now,
sounds a little.
it sounds a little fishy. And
Yeah,
here we go again.
that sounds worse than fishy.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. Look at
Sounds like a revolt.
Sounds like West Palm Beach to me, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
We dealt with that before.
Yes, we have.
Look, this is an open and free election, and if you mess with people's votes, they are not going to be happy with you. And when these stories keep on circulating, and you have one candidate who wins that is actually getting help with that, you think all the people of the United States are going to believe the results? Then you're going to have an issue.
Is
Ohio.
it? Yeah, well, yeah.
Ohio's
yeah.
gonna be blue.
But Ohio is going to be blue. We already know that. Let's see. Noah Gibson's Clay is Trump at the moment. I know we're keeping up with that. Cassidy Udi and with Goins there must be in Vidalia. Love Vidalia onions, by the way. Send me some, please. My goodness.
Just wait on it.
Yeah.
Wait on it.
Okay.
Wait on it.
Shirley Bagwell, yes. Will Smith says, Hartley, yes, sir. Superintendent of Schools. Dwight Allen says, congratulations, Danny. Autumn Lindsay says, congratulations to Denny, Will, and Amanda. Dwight Allen says the same. So does Jessica Mundorf Lee. Let's see. Tanya Rayburn likes that Will Hartley's in. Charles McKinney says, I pray for the school system and Will. Congratulations to all the winners. All 66 of us, Will Smith says. I'm thinking maybe it's something to do with football. Congratulations to all the winners, I think. Let's see. Timothy Lee's on. Bonnie Stephen. Ooh, congratulations all over the place. Sarge, what's up, Sarge? Say hello to Sarge.
What's going on, Sarge?
There he is. Heather's on. Sheree's on. Linda's on. Brandy's on. Joey Fennell's on. No, it did not, sir. Charles McKinney minimum wage in Bradford County did not pass. No.
And on that note, real quick, this is what's going to happen. If that does pass, and they got to raise it up to $15 by 2026, correct?
That is correct.
You're going to see machines taking your orders in every fast food place in the United States.
And by the way, pull out a $20 bill because that's what that Big Mac's going to cost you.
Well, for them to try to save the money from the customers,
even still,
they're going to have to go all electronics.
Even electronics cost money, right? It's going to be passed on to you.
You start adding
all that.
All the wages in, the insurance that they're required to do, and all of that other stuff, you may see a little bit of an increase. But you won't see
Big Mac, McDonald's, $16.85.
Yep, that's it. Right. Do you want one?
Nope.
Hey, you go home and make your own burger
at home
for $2 and make a thick one. Or better yet, I'll go to Slice and Dice and I'll get me a real big burger and I'll pay $7 for it. There you go.
And a little voice comes out of the machine at McDonald's. Sense. Do you want your change back?
Yeah. What change?
So that's
any news on Union? Jennifer, we're trying to look that up.
Union County is overwhelmingly Donald Trump.
Overwhelming right now, Donald Trump.
82% reporting out of 6,200 plus votes counted. We're still getting the full numbers out of Union County, but right now on the presidential side, Donald Trump has 82% of the votes. Biden at
how about superintendent?
That's cool. Somebody's asking me about
Alachua County real quick before you do that. While you get the point.
So let's go Alachua. So let's go to Alachua County.
Alachua.
I also need to pull up Clay.
While y'all are doing that,
vote for that too.
Let's see. Nicole Deaver is watching. You know her?
Yeah, that's my better half.
Yes, sir. I hear you. We're getting some news on Union County. Charles McKinney said he's sad about the superintendent of schools. Who got superintendent? Will Hartley did, Nicole. By 1,000 votes. It was really close. Jennifer Swanson David said, Will, okay. Broward County hopefully won't embarrass us again since we got rid of that crooked supervisor of elections that Jeb Bush stuck us with. Yeah, well, I have to agree with you, Dwight Allen. I have to agree with you, sir. What else can I say to that? Except we can have liver and onions. How about we have liver and onions? You want some liver? He's like,
I can eat liver and onions. I'd rather have chicken liver.
I'd rather have some tacos on Taco Tuesday.
Well, we're going to have that, by the
way. Y'all can have the tacos.
Well,
that like to have got me the next day again.
I hear you. I was just going to say. Brady Rayburn is watching. Charles McKinney, what's the percent in Kentucky? It was 63.
Hold on. When it rolls around, I'll tell you.
All right, we'll roll it around. North Carolina is 67 to 33 right now, Trump.
Ohio's got Biden leading at 59.7
He wants Kentucky.
With 30% in.
Yeah, he wants Kentucky.
Watch that race. I'm telling you, that one is not over with.
Yeah, that may be.
Ohio is not over with.
So Will got
Pennsylvania's
yes, he did, Brady. He did.
Watch too.
Pennsylvania's always.
Will is the new superintendent of schools in Bradford County.
With the way Pennsylvania has done that, there is no telling how long it's going to take to figure out who won Pennsylvania.
South Carolina with 4% in, Donald Trump at 50.6%. Tennessee with 1% in, Trump at 78.4%.
What a surprise! I knew that.
Vermont, yeah, we talked about that. We already know that Vermont's going to go blue. They always do. Virginia, Trump at 59.6% with 20% in.
Bonnie Stevens, you got a great question that me and Byron Bagwell and Mitchell Gunner and all of us will answer because we've had this question asked to us before.
50.9.
Okay.
Trump.
Bonnie Stevens says, why gas? Is that why it's low? The reason it's low is because President Trump played that ace in the hole that he had. You remember when Saudi Arabia and all the nations over there was trying to dump all that oil? And, man, they thought, man, everybody was going to buy it up and put a hurting on the U.S., give us a big-time gas crunch. Guess what President Trump did?
Well,
He went over there and bought all of it.
And refilled them all.
That's refilled the oil.
Hey, I want to let y'all know.
Just brilliant.
83% in the state of Florida, and it is close.
Sure.
It's by points.
We figured it. He even said that.
It's 8 o'clock. What's going to happen is you're going to start seeing the whole entire state of Florida, except for the Panhandle, show up.
Correct.
And
He won in Kentucky.
Yes, he did.
61% in, Trump by 58.5.
58.5% right now, Trump in Kentucky. So, the gas, that was a brilliant move. Do you know where he got the money from? He took the money that he was going to build the wall with, or he took some of that and bought up all those oil reserves. Oh, my God. That was David Holland. That was me, and we talked about this. That was the most brilliant move I've ever seen in my whole life.
I was impressed with that. The barrel was down to $20, and he actually paid like $15 a barrel.
And actually, do you know what happened? It went into the negative.
I was
You
going to
remember?
say, I think he paid a very small amount for that. Less than that. I think it was like...
It was like below you. It was negative money.
Yeah.
It was like
I think he paid something ridiculous. Like
it was like
$5
pennies on the dollar.
a barrel or something.
Yeah, Dave. But you're right. It was something like that. But we got so much of it. Oil wasn't actually worth anything positive. Actually, when you did go, that was a brilliant move by that man. That card there, I wish I'd have had the cojones to play that card, and he played it perfectly.
Anybody that had any sense would have done that.
Oh, absolutely would have.
And nobody talked about it because the media never reported anything good that Donald Trump did. So,
Mark Udi says, and here we go again, what Byron said about listening to any media outlet right now. CNN has it tied at 49.5% with 81% counted.
Right now on Fox, I've got Biden 91, Trump 56.
The electoral votes?
Yeah.
okay, now you got to remember this. All the states are not in.
No, they're not.
Florida's at 83%, and the difference is
Just points, right? But
0.6.
I figured that.
Trump. Yep, 0.6% for Trump.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's leading Georgia. It just flashed off real quick.
Okay, we'll keep you updated with that. Bonnie Stevens says lots of laughs. Yeah, well, hey, we thought it was brilliant too.
Look,
Yes, you did see us in a parade, and we seen you, so thank you for our buddy couldn't be there, but he was watching. But he'll be in the one next year. We had fun with that, didn't we, Mike?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you did. Michael's working. Michael's doing this. Michael, next year.
But
will
the
you
Jeep
please-
looked good.
They did look good,
The
didn't
Jeep
it?
looked good.
Is it still looking good?
Oh, yeah, I parked that thing. I went about...
Hey, by the way, I'm surprised you haven't jacked me up yet because I sprayed all that tire wet in there. And did it smell a little bit?
It
smells good?
But the top off, it was fantastic. It
I'll
gets
tell you
lots
what.
of attention.
Let me tell you what, that Jeep really looked good with those. Oh my God, it was shined up and waxed up. Well, we didn't wax it, but we cleaned it up.
Yeah, it was
didn't we?
pretty.
It was pretty, man. It was pretty.
Yeah, Noah Gibson called it a golf cart.
A golf cart?
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Like that go-kart. Go-kart.
Oh, okay. There you go. Bonnie Stevens says, where's the cake? Mrs. Bagwell is busy tonight.
Miss Bagwell spent most of the day over at my house.
Yeah.
Or most of the evening over at my house. So,
Let's see. Slice and Dice still want to try. Yes, you should try it, Bonnie, because they are absolutely delicious.
And you're right. Trump is starting to catch up in Ohio.
Yep. This is Byron predicted, so it's starting to turn around a little bit.
That race is not over with in Ohio. I'm telling you, none of these races are over with.
No.
Just please hold on
Yeah.
until they have 100% of the precincts in, and that vote is counted. You really don't know who's going to win. Now you can do some predictors. If everybody but the Panhandle in Florida has come in, there's 100%
Right.
in every precinct in everywhere but the Panhandle, and Donald
Right.
Trump is leading that.
Back to that.
He's going to win Florida.
I want Mike to go back to that a minute because Michael's got a state of Florida map pulled up, and he's showing the colors, the red and the blue, and people that hadn't reported yet. Look all the way over to the Panhandle, as Byron said. Those numbers aren't even going to get reported till what? Maybe
the
they'll
polls
start
close
coming in now.
Should start
The
now.
polls
Maybe
close
start
at
now.
10 o'clock.
So
Polls close at 10 or at 10 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Excuse me.
yeah,
Our time.
local, our
Time.
Our
And
time.
it is 8.
It is 8:15 or 8:10, whatever. So.
We are getting reports from several of the local precincts around the state that they are not. Some of them are live and some of them are not. We probably won't see these numbers up to date statewide until probably 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
It will take a while to figure out Florida. And if it happens like it did the first time, it will be 10 or 11 o'clock tonight before they actually
Correct.
call.
Correct.
So
Right.
we'll see. We'll
We'll see what happens. And look, the main thing I'm glad is that everybody got out and voted. There was a great turnout. It's the best turnout here in Bradford County that's been in a while.
I think
Did you
it
hear
was
those
like
numbers?
85% of Republicans voted.
Right.
And see that.
And what was it overall? Like 70-some%, Mike?
Oh, I have to
Something.
go back. And
It
look.
was like 76 or 77% of the actual voters voted in Bradford.
All right, so here's this. Is, I'm posting. Go ahead,
Okay.
Charles. I'm posting some Putnam County results for you.
All right.
This is what I'm hearing over and over and over again from just about everywhere.
Right.
The turnouts have been like that for the Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Some places not so much like that for the Democrats. And those some places are key spots. So we'll see what happens with this.
That's an interesting point you bring up.
I'm not
Right.
I'm not going to make predictions because I don't. I have a feeling, and I've told people about my feelings on this before. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens.
Hey, Noah Gibson, and we'll get into that here in just a second. Noah Gibson, I want Mitchell. You tell Noah Gibson that the Taco Tuesday is not at Taco Bell.
No.
No,
We eat real tacos.
We eat real tacos, don't we, gentlemen? All right, here we go.
I want you to notice something about Putnam County. Now,
All
Putnam
right.
County is that I want you to notice that they had a 70% turnout.
Wow.
That is a record for Putnam County.
Is it?
They've
Okay.
never had that much turnout. Of
Okay.
the 50,000 registered voters, over 35,000 people turned out. They are reporting 34 out of 35 precincts are reporting in. The vote by mail is done. The early voting is done. Election day votes. One precinct coming in. These numbers are probably not going to change. And here we go.
Here we go. All right, for presidency, there we go. 69% goes to Donald Trump right there. Just as Byron was saying in some of these spots. Kamek, look at there, 69% of the vote over in Putnam County.
Good.
State of, go ahead.
And I'll tell you, she worked her butt off, and she had a big group of people around her to help her out.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, she earned it the old-fashioned way, knocking on doors.
State attorney, how about this? R.J. Lariza. Look at there, 72.72% of the vote. Congratulations, sir. State Representative, District 19, we talked about that with us here. Bobby Payne, 69% of the vote. Bobby Payne doing a great job.
I
know you work with him quite a bit.
Trying to get some of this stuff around Bradford County fixed on our roads. He has jumped right in and helped me every step of the way.
That
All right,
surprises
now.
me not at all.
All right, and here we go. Sheriff, look at there. Gator Deloach right there, 79% over. What a name. Edison. How about that? How would you like to have that as a football name, Byron, in college? Hey, I'll take it. Edison. I like it. No, that's a great name. I like it. District Superintendent of Schools, Rick Surrency. 72% of the votes. Again, this is Putnam County, ladies and gentlemen. Board of County Commissioners, District 3. You had 3 candidates there. Congratulations to Terry Turner, 64% of the vote. Florida Supreme Court Justice, and we don't really care about that. How about let's get through some of those amendments there, brother?
Here we go. Crescent City.
Crescent Week. I guess we can report that.
We can do it if you want to real quick here.
Yeah, let's see. Here we go.
So,
Palatka City Commissioner, Group 3. Congratulations. Willie Jones, 56% of the vote. Crescent City Mayor and Commissioner. Congratulations. David Rodgers, 54% of the vote. What? No, that's Michelle Myers. 54% of Myers. Like, what are you doing over there?
Was you right in?
I guess. Crescent City Commissioner. Wow, what a close race that was. And that is Cindy Burton, 51%. Jamon gave her a good run at 48% of those votes. Wow, nice. Pomona Park Mayor, Councilman. Congratulations to Joe Svengala. Svengala, Senior, 52% of the votes. Pomona Park Town Council, Seat 5. Congratulations, James Griffin. Go ahead, Byron.
And Pomona Park Town Council, Seat 6. That one was razor thin.
2 votes.
By 2 votes. Forrest Bud Eccles wins that election.
Yeah, 152 to 150 votes.
Or 150, excuse me.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Can't count all those.
Yeah. And then let's get to the constitutional amendments, Byron.
Yes on number 1. No on number 2. Yes on number 3. Yes on number 4. Yes on number 5. And yes on number 6. And the Pomona Park Charter Amendment bid required was yes.
There you go. Okay. Now let's see if we can find us some
Clay
union. Clay is not posting until 9 p.m.
Okay.
And I'll have that momentarily. And I'm working on union as we speak.
Okay. So there you go. There's some of that right there for you. Sorry about that. I've been losing my voice all week. Thank you, Byron, for filling in.
That's not a problem at all.
Bonnie Stevens says the Supreme. Ellen says congratulations to Will Hartley. Let's see. All that Middle Eastern oil, brilliant. Of course it was brilliant. Hello, Anthony Black. Bonnie Stevens says, so should I start filling gas cans? Oh my God.
But I did see $1.92 gas today.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So that's some good
All right,
news.
what you got?
All right, so Union County.
Yes.
Again, another record-setting 7,700 registered voters, 6,200 people cast ballots. That's 81%.
Wow.
They came out. Let's. All precincts are reporting. These are the official results. They are final, and here we go.
All right. For President Trump, 82% over in Union County to Biden and Harris is 16%.
Yes.
And look at Kat Kamek just tearing tail up again, 81%. That's your Congress District 3 representative. State Senator, District 5, again, congratulations to Jennifer Bradley, 83%. District 19 State Representative Bobby Payne, 80.3%. Here is what you wanted to know. And I'm going to be honest with you.
Sorry,
No. That's
I went
okay.
to school
Yes.
with Mike, and we were in the same grade. Yes.
Which surprises me, and I want to stop right here because I want to elaborate on this a little bit. What I was hearing was that David Harris actually had a lead on this guy. And some people thought he was actually going to win it. And look at here. Mike Littlinger won that 69% of the votes over David Harris. Wow.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, that is awesome. Here we go on the amendments. 91% said yes on 1, 65% on 2. This is Union County. Number 3 was a yes in Union County, 53.36%. Number 4, constitutional amendment, they voted yes on that, and I'm wondering why on that. Number 5, constitutional amendment, they voted yes, 68%, and of course, yes on 6. So, emergency fire rescue facilities surtax. Look at Union County says, yeah, give it to us. 61% voted yes on the emergency fire rescue facilities surtax.
Yeah, desperately needed. They've got some they needed some desperate upgrades over in Union County. They've got some good people and they've got some decent equipment. Now that they get some facilities to house them, so that'll be really good for them.
How many stations are in Union County that you know? Well, I know we got to include Providence and all that, but
yeah, I honestly I want to say that there's 4. I may be wrong. I'm not saying like that one.
Right.
I know that they're an all volunteer agency.
Okay.
So they are.
All of it is?
All of it's volunteer, and they do a remarkable job. You got to be impressed with the volunteer service because it is rapidly declining around the country and even locally. Unfortunately, they just some agencies just don't care about volunteers anymore. So I'm glad to see Union is still embracing that.
Superintendent of schools in Union County. I'm sorry, that went to Mr. Ripplinger.
Mike Ripley.
Mike Ripley by 69%. He got 69% of the votes over in Union County. So he is your Union County superintendent.
Okay,
Let's see.
Play.
Good night, Mr. Dwight Allen. God bless America. I hear you. Here, Taco Tuesday at the Slice and Dice. That was delicious. Haven't had Taco Tuesday over there. Newsmax call for Florida for Cat. Okay. Which we figured that. Yeah. Bonnie Stevens. No, that's not Mountain Dew. It's actually a Coke tonight. So I just told him myself again. I'm seeing a lot of Republican wins so far, and I wanted to talk to you, Byron, because we've been talking about not only our local races, but we've been talking about the presidential races.
It's growing.
So, what do you think about our representatives that are out there running, our senators that are out there running? What do you see? Is there any way that the Republicans can take the House?
The House is questionable.
Okay.
Whether they can take it or not.
Okay.
That will depend on if Donald Trump wins this and how big Donald Trump wins it.
Right.
And the reason I say that is because if normally what happens now is people vote down party lines.
Correct.
So if Donald Trump wins by a wide margin, I would expect the Congress or the House
Right.
follow that, and I would expect to gain a couple seats in the Senate.
Okay.
I think the Republicans keep the Senate.
I think you're right. What I think the
I-
Republicans keep the view. I think they keep the
I
Senate.
think they keep the Senate. The Congress is
Right.
harder to determine because there's so many seats.
Correct. And that's
Coming from so many different places that
Right.
it's hard to tell what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That one gets really muddy and it's really hard to tell.
because of the breakdowns. And tell them why, Byron. I mean, when you talk about those kind of, you got to get into counties.
That's right.
Where these people.
You just talked about one of the congresswomen who is actually probably going to be our congressman for this district because
Correct.
she's won 3 counties.
Right.
Now, that doesn't mean that she's going to be. It just
Correct.
The chances that she's going to win this is pretty
It's
large.
pretty large.
So you're talking about 4 local counties or 5 local counties
Right.
in this area that she represents.
Right.
Parts of some and because of all the district lines.
Right.
You have to get into the inside politics of all of those counties to really understand what's going to happen with the Congress. The biggest indicator is how wide of a margin, if any margin, does Donald Trump win by. Because
Right.
if he does win by a wide margin, what you're probably going to see is the Congress's control or House is controlled by the Republicans.
Right.
They gain seats in the Senate and control that too. There are all sort of mixtures and possibilities in that makes that very, very hard to predict. At least to me, it does.
Give me. Go ahead.
Okay. Trump takes Oklahoma. Trump takes Missouri, Indiana, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky, West Virginia. Biden's got Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Delaware.
Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware.
Yeah. Maryland.
Maryland, New Jersey,
and DC.
and DC.
What a
And Virginia.
And Virginia.
And Virginia.
I wouldn't call Virginia yet, but that's okay.
Yeah, they're trying to call it.
I wouldn't.
But
call
let
it.
me ask you guys, did you have an update?
I'm just going to go ahead and do your thing.
I wanted to ask you guys another question. All right, so we talked about keeping the seats for the Republicans, or trying to win the House.
Right.
Let's say Joe Biden wins this presidential race.
Yeah.
Does the Senate? Do you think you see
Yes.
You do.
I see.
Oh, wow.
I see the Senate staying.
No, as Republican, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Staying,
Okay.
As Democrat. No,
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
the Senate is staying.
yeah.
They'll have
as-
more seats on the Republican side than they will.
Yes, in the Senate. Now, just because Joe Biden wins election doesn't necessarily mean that they'll keep the Congress either. It's the same
Correct.
thing with that.
Okay.
So it's possible that even if Joe Biden wins the election, that you would see a Senate and a House that are Republican.
Okay.
And that is the worst scenario for him that he could possibly imagine.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. I
Right.
don't think that will happen if he wins. I think it will stay in control of the Democrat Party, and I believe that the Senate will stay in control of the Republicans.
Barney Stevens, I see 192 in Lake City today, and you've seen it probably in Jacksonville Orange Park, right?
Saw in
Remember?
Interlochen.
In Interlochen, okay, of all places. How about that? In Interlochen, 192. So there you go. Gas prices coming down. Kashondra McCallum, welcome in. I love you. Raymond Nozan, he wants a cake. Anthony G. Manetti. Can you pull up Leon County? But whatever you go ahead and did you want us to go over some things?
Yeah, we have somebody asked
do
about
that?
Clay County.
Well, let's do it.
So with Clay County, 164,000 registered voters,
Then-
122,000 voted. That's just under 75% of the reports.
Wow.
47% are reporting. Completely reported early votes. It's pretty much as close as it's going to get. And here we go.
And I'm going to tell you what, since Byron lives in Clay County, I'm going to let him talk about it.
President Trump takes Clay County 67.93% to Biden's 30.63%. And Kat Kamek at 69%, Adam Christensen at 31%.
Yes.
And there is a big yes. There is very small chance after that county
Yes,
that she's going to
Trump will
lose. So
lose.
you're going to see, more than likely, you're going to see Kat Kamek
Kamek.
take Ted Yoho's seat.
Yeah.
Okay, Senate District 5. Jennifer Bradley wins 71.36% to Milena Barat.
Yeah.
28.64. Is that the one that passed, or is that the new candidate?
That's the new candidate.
The new
That's
candidate.
that's the wife of current or outgoing Senator Bob Bradley.
Right.
No. I was talking
No,
about.
he's talking about the
Democrat.
Democrat.
The Democrat.
That is the one, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
She's the new candidate.
Okay.
Yes.
State Representative District 18. Sam Garrison won 67.51% to Leroy Anthony Edwards 29.34, and Ken Wiley 3.15. State Representative District 19, this is the one in Bradford that Bradford County should be interested in. Bobby Payne won 75.03% to Kimberly Duggars 24.97.
Wow.
Which also means that more than likely Bobby Payne is going to be our state representative.
Yeah.
And the district superintendent of schools for Clay County is going to be David Broski. And the reason for this, and I knew this was going to happen, I almost just said he had won it anyway, is because he was running against a write-in candidate. He won 96.53% of the votes to 3.47. And they did not break it down to the write-ins, of course.
Let me ask you guys something. You know a little bit about Clay County, Byron, and maybe you too, Mitch, a little bit. Why didn't anybody run against? Just didn't feel like they could win? Just didn't no candidate? I mean,
Or maybe they were happy with the candidate that they already had.
It's very possible, and I don't.
You hardly really see that. I mean, you see it, but you know what I mean?
Well,
I just couldn't believe that. I mean, that wasn't a Democratic candidate or an MPA or something running against it. That's pretty unusual.
If you do your job right, you make.
Yeah, I guess everybody's happy with him. So
That's
I
right.
guess that somebody probably says, man, I don't want to get landslided. You know what I mean? So I'll wait till the next time.
okay, the constitutional amendments in Clay. The citizen requirements to vote for elections is a yes. The raising the Florida minimum wage, which is a second one, is a no. The all voters vote in primary and state election is a yes. Constitutional amendment. Voter approval for constitutional amendments is an overwhelming yes. The constitutional amendment limitation of homestead property taxes, yes, that was a very large margin too. And the last one, which we've been seeing in every single county, is an overwhelming yes, and that is the tax exemptions for spouses and deceased veterans.
About the school board referendum right there.
The school board referendum to levy 1/2 cent sales surtax for district schools and charter schools authorized and used for the 1% sale tax is 56.4. Against this 1/2 cent sale tax is 43.96. So that passed.
Okay. And you said you want Leon County?
Yes.
We have some Leon County numbers coming right up.
Leon County coming up. And the superintendent in Union County is Mr. Riplinger.
Riplinger.
Mike Riplinger. So congratulations to him.
Who?
Nicole said in Gainesville on 39th, it's $1.92 there, and in Griffiths Loop, it's $1.95.
Yeah.
Did you see that, B?
Yeah, $1.95.
Wow.
I was too busy paying attention to the person who was trying to
Mechanic corner.
or no, he was trying to run up the rear end of that van.
Oh, yeah. That's I'm going to tell you what. I don't know if y'all know what this van drives, but when he's working, just stay out of the way. Please. I'm begging you. My gosh.
You're going to run into the van, you're going to bounce off of it, and it's going to destroy your vehicle.
Yes, it is. And he's going to have very little damage, if any. So, Charles McKinney says, keeps freezing up. We should be back good now. Bonnie says, congratulations. I got a wild child in bed. Y'all have a blessed night. You too, Bonnie. You take care. We need the Pelosi spot, too.
Good luck
with that. Jennifer Dodge Weller is on.
Good evening, Jen.
Kim Forsythe's on. Raymond No
Good
said,
evening, Kim.
sadly, the cake is all gone. Let's see. Shirley says, guess there will have to be a new one soon. Keep me guessing.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah, boy. She keeps us all guessing. All right, here we go.
Leon County, 75% voter turnout. Here we go for vice president, vice president.
All right, and we still got 11 precincts, right, Mike, to still be reported, right?
That is correct.
All right, so this is a partial report, Tony. And Joe Biden wins Tallahassee 63% to Trump's 35%. There was no surprise there. We're not even jumping or anything. We sort of knew that. U.S. Representative Congress District 2, Neil Dunn won that 81% of the vote. U.S. Representative Congress District 5, Al Lawson won that 73%. State Senator District 3, Loran Osley, the Democrat, won that 62%. State Representative District 7, Jason Schoaf won that with 64% of the vote. State Representative District 9, that went to Allison Tant, the Democrat over there, 57%. Superintendent of Schools, and again, this is partial so far. And right now, Rocky Hanna is leading Pam Hightower 59% to 39%, and you got just about 0.5% on the right end. Justice, I don't really care about any of that. Because as Byron said, and the reason I don't is because I haven't had a chance to research any of them.
Well, the problem is everybody keeps and just retains them.
Just retains them anyway, yeah. All right, number one constitutional amendment, 63% says yes. Minimum wage, y'all voted yes on that over there, 59%. Do you know why? And I'll tell you why. And Byron will probably tell you why, too. They voted yes for that.
There's
Byron?
college in Leon County.
Yep, college students want that money.
Yep.
So, number 3, constitutional amendment. All voters vote. 50, real close, 50% said yes. It should pass once all the precincts are in. Constitutional amendment voter approval. No. 59% said no. Number 5, constitutional amendment limitations on the homestead. Yes, 61% of the people said yes. And number 6, 81% said yes. So that's over in Leon County. What do you have for us, Mitchell? Update.
I'm looking for an update on Florida. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Wait for
Becky
it to
Knights
come
is
up.
on, and Lydia Morris says gas is $2 here in Lake Butler, slowly going down. Yes, it is. I tell you what, gentlemen, it's been a great night, man.
I tell you what, boy, it's getting kind of close in Connecticut.
Is it really?
I mean, that's surprising.
Well, there you go. So getting a little close to Connecticut there.
From what I've heard.
So at least so far,
That may be one of the biggest surprises of the whole entire.
maybe you may be right.
As of right now, it does look like Donald Trump is on his way to win Florida
Okay.
by 2-point-something%, and looks like he's on his way to win Georgia.
Now remember, we have not reported from the Panhandle yet.
That's correct.
Yeah. So.
Well, I think some of those are coming in
They are coming
because
in.
it's
Escambia
up to
County
88%
was,
voted.
Escambia County went
Okay.
red.
Okay.
Walton County went red.
Okay.
We're still waiting on Santa Rosa County and Bay County and a few others.
There's a few others over there too. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good. All right. Hey, guys, it's been a great show so far, man. I tell you what, this has been a great conversational piece. Hopefully we got the information, guys, that you wanted and needed. But you know, sometimes good things must come to an end. I wish we could stay with you here all night, but a lot of us has got to work in the morning. And plus, Michael's saying his stomach's growling.
Just to let y'all know, if you're my Facebook friend, I will be up for quite a while tonight because I can't help but watch this stuff.
It also looks like South Carolina is going Trump as well,
Knew that was coming.
as is Michigan.
That
So if
would
he
be
wins
That's
Michigan,
right there.
he wins Florida, and he gets Texas, that is going to speak volumes.
Volumes
there.
right there. Yep.
38 in Texas.
Yep.
He will get 16 in Michigan
Yep.
and 29 in Florida, 16 in Georgia, and 9 in South Carolina.
Let's
Yeah.
see what we can find. I'm curious to see what see if I can find you a graphic real quick.
Please, for the love of God, please just let him get to the 270 that he needs without these states that actually have delayed the vote counts for a week. That's all I want. I don't want to. One of them. Right. If you're, please, one of them do that because I don't want the strike that's going to come from that
The
from the
only-
American people.
The only one thing is Pennsylvania looks like it's going toward Biden, which is very surprising. But you know, the whole thing of ending all the fracking and stuff had happened when he spoke after a lot of people already early voted.
Let me ask you something, and it surprised. Did it surprise you?
What?
Pennsylvania.
I don't. How many? What percentage of that is in?
Pennsylvania has 5% reporting.
5%.
Oh no, that's nowhere near over with.
Yeah.
That is no-
But they're saying 80% of the vote for Biden at 5%. So yeah, long.
But that doesn't.
long
It's a long way from over, but that doesn't surprise me.
But you think
Does it surprise you?
Philadelphia is going to go Democrat?
You got
That's what a lot of
Philadelphia,
people-
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Pittsburgh will actually go red. I mean, I know it's
It went
Philadelphia-
blue last time. It went
Philadelphia-
blue last
I know
time.
it's a union town.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, Trump brought back a lot of those jobs to those blue collar workers, and they're going to think differently when they vote.
Philadelphia might be closer to what people think too. So,
This is an interesting one. The 38 votes. Again, this is we get different sources on that one. Interesting to see that 47% reporting Biden leads by just a little over 7/10
He's
of
pulling it up
1%.
right now.
Yeah.
If he pulls Texas, Donald Trump will be in trouble.
If he pulls Texas,
But I think you got a lot of college towns
I would
in
be,
Texas. And
brother. Well, but okay. But a
he's
lot
not
of
going
these
to win
colleges.
Texas. Sorry, that's not. I'm telling you guys.
But if he does, I'm just saying about it, if he does, he will be in trouble.
He's not going to win Texas. I'm telling you. I'm just.
I'm saying Trump would be in trouble if he did pull off Texas. I don't think he is, but if he did, you got to look over at California, which hadn't even reported yet.
well, I'll tell you, Arizona's probably going to go red.
Arizona will probably go red. Nevada will go blue. Oregon will go blue. Washington will go blue.
California definitely going to bleed.
Watch Nevada. That's all I'm going to say. Watch Nevada.
So
Watch Nevada.
it's normally a blue state.
Watch Nevada.
So
Yeah, you can expect results from the West Coast coming in around 10 or 10:15 Eastern time. Right now, 88% of Florida's reporting. We're still holding the president at 50.8%. Georgia, 25%, showing the president at 56.2%. So, going to be an interesting night.
It's looking real good. Georgia,
Yeah.
South Carolina, and Florida.
in Florida, it's looking real good.
So,
Well, swing states.
And Texas is an odd place too because it's so spaced out. What you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of the actual bigger cities. Those precincts report first.
Report first.
And you're talking about an extremely large state. It's the second largest state in the union.
And you're talking about different time zones there
You're
too.
talking about different time
Yes.
zones.
Yeah.
So, okay, Joe Biden's winning Texas.
For a moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because of the college towns that you have
Okay.
in Austin, in Houston.
College Station, and Lubbock.
Well,
But I mean, that's just college students. There, you got to remember, folks. There's still people, common people, and working people that lives in those smaller college towns. So, that could go like Byron said. That could go that could go anywhere.
The problem with Texas, watching Texas, it will make your head hurt. If you're a Republican, it'll make your head hurt because you'll sit there and look at a result like what he just said and go, "What? Oh my God, how are they doing?" And then all of a sudden, 20% will show, 20 more percent will show up, and the lead will change dramatically from what it is back the other way.
Right.
Is what happens with Texas.
I agree.
I will be utterly shocked if Joe Biden wins Texas. That is one of those that I would probably stake my home on that would happen.
I got you.
So,
All right, so we're going to shut her down here, Michael. I appreciate you staying on top of the facts and getting us everything. You too, Mitchell, Byron. Definitely appreciate your commentary and your knowledge in on this. And I'm going to go through some final thoughts, and I'm going to start with you. I'll give you final thoughts, and we'll go around the table.
it's too late now for this, but I want everybody to think about this. What happens with all of the states that rely on oil and natural gas if Joe Biden wins this? I just want everybody to think about that a little bit because that is a scary thought. Because you're going to have extremely bad issues with the economies in major states that supply the majority of this country's oil. Alaska and Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, North and South Dakota, Wyoming. You're going to see some really bad problems with that.
Think about all those jobs they're going to lose on those rigs out there in the Gulf and in the Atlantic.
Well, think about this. Think about this. If you were a citizen of one of those states, would you want to stay?
That's true.
If they did that, just a little thought. I mean, just a little thought. I'm hearing some very scary things from people in those states. That's all I'm going to say about that.
How about the voting? You want to say anything about the voting turnout this year?
It's absolutely unbelievable.
Me too.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
It's unbelievable coming from the Democrat side, but it's historic coming from the Republicans.
Yeah.
It's hard to motivate the silent majority, and it's showing up. It just is. I wish my work phone would quit doing that to me.
Dave, final thoughts.
It's like an ant race, trying to keep up with all them little ants. Who's going to be the winner?
Right.
The numbers. It's just crazy because it can just go one way or the other. And, we'll wake up in the morning and
Nope.
see.
Well, that will depend. We may be able to wake up in the morning and do that if one or the other wins certain states and they reach
Correct.
270
70. Right.
without the states that have given a week to their vote for their votes to come in.
Which is one.
But 270 is the number.
Which Pennsylvania is one of those things.
270. If Pennsylvania is left out of that and a couple other states are left out of that, then we don't have to worry about them.
Michael, how about weather and final thoughts?
Yeah, so real quick weather forecasting. Beautiful weather conditions for the next few days. Keep your eyes on the forecast models. Check Bradford County Emergency Management. We'll keep you updated on the latest on Hurricane Eta. Yes, it's being torn apart by the mountains in Central America, but buddy, I'm telling you, it's gonna make its rear its ugly head come back. I think South Florida's going to get some impacts from it Friday into Saturday. Local impacts, we'll have to wait and see. We'll definitely stay on top of that one. But as far as local forecast goes, beautiful weather the next few days. Get out and enjoy it. Finally, getting a little rested from all the heat. Final thoughts, congratulations to all of the winners, both locally and regionally. Be interesting to see how it plays out as we go through the rest of the night. Regardless of what happens, whether your candidate won or not, and I know people gripe and complain about everything like that one, but this is how the system works. If you want to make a difference and you want your voice to be heard, you have to vote. And I'm very proud and very happy to see that we have some record-setting numbers so that, love them or hate them, you're voting for them. And that is what our country is all about.
Well, I'm the same boat. I'm just glad everybody got out and vote. I mean, wonderful turnout in early voting for Bradford County, and it continued on into voting in person. I wanted to get a shout out. You see me wearing this Torrance Racing shirt. Steve Torrance, he picked up his third championship last weekend in Top Fuel.
Congratulations.
Matt Hagan picked up his second championship in Funny Car. Erica Anders is now the most winningest female in NHRA history with 4 championships, and she won that in Pro Stock. And Matt Smith picked up, I believe, his second championship in Pro Stock Motorcycle. And there is no more racing for over 5 months. The first event of the 2021 season will be at the Gator Nationals.
Nice.
Yay! Congratulations, everyone.
Just real quick in sports, Bradford Middle School 8th grader Jaleel Easley, and I wish I'd have said that when we had everybody on, set a school record of 11 minutes and 6 seconds and placing 39th out of 271 in the 3K Boys Championship race on October 30th and 31st at the Florida Youth Running Association Middle School State Cross Country Championship in Lakeland, Florida. Congratulations, Jaleel. That is what we like to see. I hear he's a great student as well. Very nice kid. Very well mannered.
Very well mannered.
Yeah. So, Jaleel, congratulations to you, sir. Many more of those to come. Unfortunately, the Bradford High Tornadoes lost their homecoming game 31-20 to South Sumter last Friday. The reason we're not playing the game this week is because Fort White has a play-in game that they had to play this week, so they couldn't play us. So we have a week off. We had a lot of guys hurt. We need to get those guys back. We need to get. We need to work on some things. Just some things we need to clean up. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. Coach Tomlinson and his staff know what they got to do to get these boys fired up. We've already beat Keystone one time. They've got to come here. Keystone playing pretty good ball. Don't play the quality opponents maybe that we do, but that don't necessarily mean anything.
Right.
Keystone can come in here and run the ball. They play pretty good defense, so The Tornadoes will have to be on their A game to win that game, guys. What do you think? I'm telling
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you're going to have to get the running game going early.
you. Yeah.
And that will start to putting 8 guys in the box,
And then hit
that's
them
when
deep.
you're going to start throwing passes
Passes
deep.
deep. Exactly right. So just wanted to give that shout out. And again, as Michael Heater said, as my guy said here, want to congratulate all the winners tonight. Hey, it was a great race. Everybody voted, man. They could vote, I guess, great percentages, as you said.
Huge percentage.
So in saying that, even though your candidate didn't win, I want you to support the candidate that did win. Because look, we all got to live in this community. We've all got to live with each other. We've all got to see each other. Whether it's the clerk of the court, whether it's a supervisor of elections, whether it's a superintendent of schools, hey, this all impacts us. Let's all work together and try to get this right, get this going in the right way. And again, you know, maybe it's a stinger tonight, but when you wake up in the morning, hey, we got to move forward, right, gentlemen? To
That's
be
right.
honest with
Hey,
you.
everybody can go back to being friends tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And I've always been on that track, so but you're right. Again, congratulations to all the winners on behalf of Mr. Byron Bagwell, Mr. David Hall, Mr. Michael Lee, Mr. Mitchell Gunner, Mr. David Rodgers, and my growling belly. God bless you guys. Have a great night. Remember, no show on Saturday. So, God bless you guys. We'll see you next Tuesday night.
Good night, infidels!
David, you're going to be here next Tuesday, right?